Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? It's your co-host, Jake, and we're reacting more. And today, we're gonna be reacting to 10 insane things found in people's backyard. So, yeah, um, I've never found nothing insane in my backyard, but let's see what other people found. So, before we get into the video, make sure you like, and subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video now.
When I was a kid, I used to wish I had a big old backyard with a trampoline and rope swing. But nowadays, if you take a look out back, you never know what you might find. I mean, you might even stumble across something like, I don't know, ancient ruins from the Roman Empire or a diamond ring. Here are 10 times people's afternoon strolls in the backyard led to them finding real treasure. Watch all the way through to uncover the mysteries that lie beneath this guy's backyard and so much more. Oh, and if you like this video in the next 5 seconds, you'll find something special in your backyard. Number 10. For a kid, it's not uncommon to lose a toy car in the yard, but things like that typically turn up later. What is unbelievably rare, though, is a kid finding an entire Ferrari buried underneath the ground. Yep, you heard it right. That Ferrari. Specifically, a 1974 Ferrari.
Yo, that's a legit Ferrari, bro. That's like a life-size, old-fashioned Ferrari, bro. Bruh. Imagine. Bro, the kid could freaking either keep it for himself, bro, or sell it for some money, bro. For some freaking money, bro. Hey, how lucky do you got to be? How lucky?
Dyno 246 GTS. Now you might be wondering, Sam, why would a car like this car be buried in some random kid's backyard? Well, it turns out they ended up having a whole crazy investigation done. It was discovered that the car was supposed to have been dumped in the ocean by a pair of hired thieves so the owner of the vehicle could claim the insurance on it. But rather than dumping it, the thieves buried it so they could come back later to unearth and then likely sell the sports car. After striking gold in their backyard, the car was eventually auctioned off to a young mechanic who went on to restore the vehicle. Even though the two boys who came across the car didn't get to keep it, they definitely walked away with a once-in-a-lifetime story. Number 9. Somebody called Bethesda because...
Bro, I'm sorry, man. I'll keep it, bro. Cause then you could sell it, bro. Cause then you could sell it, bro. And then you could get some big money. Then you can buy you could probably buy if you save up, you could buy nowadays Ferrari.
We've got a real-life fallout shelter for them to reference for the next game. This crazy discovery was made by a family from Wisconsin who were clearing out some overgrown bushes when they came across the doors to a doomsday bunker. The shelter itself was made back at the height of the Cold War in the 60s with hopes that it would keep its occupants safe from radiation in the aftermath of a potential nuclear attack. The folks who did discover this underground sanctuary went on to explore it, and while they didn't come across anybody living down there, they did find things like food reserves, beverages, books, amongst tons of other things, and surprisingly enough, it was all pretty well preserved. The shelter itself, however, wasn't quite as lucky, suffering from flooding over the decades from the rain. But hey, if they ever muster up the elbow grease to clean the place out, then they've got a pre-built fallout shelter right in their backyard. Not to mention, any of the kids in the house will 100% be using that for a secret base. Number 8. Before creation comes destruction. Or in other words, that old run-down building in your hometown has got to go before we can put something shiny there. The same holds true anywhere, and in this case, anytime. While having a few contractors install a shower, this Englishman decided to have them install some electric wiring in the barn outside so that his sons could play ping pong. After a short while, the contractors called the man over and told him that they had discovered something abnormal. Now tell me, how the heck do you find a Roman villa in your backyard? The last thing I found in mine was a little gift my pup left me. But seriously though, the house was built right above a site where centuries before, the villa was standing proud, and now it's just buried beneath the ground. Along with the villa itself, archaeologists found things...
So you're telling me basically a whole kingdom. Well, it wouldn't be a kingdom, it's not that big. But you're telling me that a whole, like, castle type... I was looking for notification. But you're telling me that a freaking castle I was buried right under, or right behind your house, where your house is today. Bruh, imagine how lucky do you got to be, bro? How lucky do you got to be?
Roaches, pottery, and even coins from those ancient times. Considering the house was built right on top of the villa, it's highly unlikely that we'll see the rest of it unearthed anytime soon. But I do wonder if having all this treasure beneath your house raises the property value at all. Number 7. Speaking of valuable things showing up in unexpected places, small things like jewelry can be really difficult to keep track of. In fact, plenty of people lose wedding rings after taking...
Oh my god.
If you thought the skeleton or the curses mentioned earlier were spooky, then you might want to turn the lights on, because this one is definitely on the terrifying side. A man from Chicago was out in his garden when he came across 150 grand in cash. A pretty incredible find, to say the least. Unfortunately, that find didn't do too much for the guy, as he passed away shortly after due to complications with diabetes. Afterwards, a meeting was set to discuss where the money would end up when the guy's neighbor claimed it to be hers. The neighbor, whose mother suffered from dementia, passed away in January, claimed her mom thought the money to be cursed and had gotten rid of it. This was deemed to be true, as she received a majority of the money following the meeting. However, the week following the man's death, his father, who would receive a smaller amount as a finder's fee, went into cardiac arrest and was hospitalized for some time. Listen, I love money as much as the next guy, but if this money were ever offered to me, I'd keep as far away from those bills as I could. Number 1, imagine you're out in your beautiful garden, just digging some holes when you see
you're
something...
telling me that it was basically bad luck. You're telling me that basically that money was bad luck. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Shining
this is
from
the last
the ground.
one.
I think I speak for most of us here when I say that I wouldn't stop digging until I knew what I had. And well, this Austrian man did exactly that. He essentially uncovered an entire trove of treasure from centuries ago. Funnily enough, the guy didn't think of it as much of a treasure as he stored away for years before rediscovering the stash in a box while selling his home. The collection of artifacts was said to be around 650 years old and came in bulk, as around 200 individuals' artifacts were discovered in total. Between some gorgeous brooches and many rings, this is a stellar find for any archaeologist, let alone some random farmer. I wasn't able to find any info about how much these artifacts were appraised at, but I can guarantee his local jeweler wouldn't give him a fraction of what they'd be worth to historians. And while we can assume this might have been thrown away by some ancient Austrian, as the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Thank you guys for watching 10 insane things.
Bro, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Imagine you're just sitting there and you decide, hey, let's build something. So you have to dig up some stuff. You get your little shovel, you dig up, and then you find a whole freaking car, bro. You find a whole freaking car in your backyard, bro. Imagine. Anyways, that will be the end of the video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications. Tell me what I should react to next, and I'll see y'all maybe tonight for a scary reaction if I have time. Peace.